What's up, guys? Scotty2Hockey here, aka the Average Hockey Fan once again. And the Montreal Prospects are doing what they did in their respective CHL playoff runs in the Memorial Cup run. Joel Teasdale and Nick Suzuki both find themselves on the verge of going to Memorial Cup finals. This video is going to be focusing on Nick Suzuki. He is at it again. Absolute phenom. I think a generational, possibly a generational star the Habs could have on their hands here. He could come to Montreal and be our future superstar player. Like, I don't mean to be jumping on the hype train too fast, but as a Habs fan, it's really exciting to see a prospect this good in the Montreal farm. Like, how long has it been since we've had a prospect this good? Along with Ryan Poehling, along with Romanov, along with Primeau, the cupboards are absolutely stocked. But as for Nick Suzuki, he's doing an amazing job for the Guelph Storm on the defensive end, on the offensive end as a leader. Him and Isaac Ratcliffe and Sean Dursey, they're an amazing team. Guelph has a good goalie too. The Guelph Storm are a phenomenal team, and Nick Suzuki is a phenomenal player, and I had to say something about him, so I'm on the Suzuki bandwagon once again, but I'm a Habs fan. I will not get off the Nick Suzuki bandwagon unless he jumps to Toronto or something like that, which, fingers crossed, never happens. After an amazing OHL playoff run, Nick Suzuki and the Guelph Storm are at it again. After defeating Cole Fornstad and the Prince Albert Raiders, the WHL champions, I'm pretty sure they won the WHL finals, they are now one win away from advancing to the Memorial Cup final against the Halifax Mooseheads. Suzuki was instrumental along with Isaac Ratcliffe, Sean Dursey, and Guelph's goalie in helping Guelph beat the Prince Albert Raiders. Suzuki and Ratcliffe both had 2 goals apiece. He also had an assist in that game. We have seen it all from this kid. This tournament. Beautiful, accurate stretch passes. He had a beautiful, accurate stretch pass, I believe, the game before last game, and he had a beautiful pass last game where he came in on a breakaway. I think it was Ratcliffe passed it up to him. It wasn't really so much of a clean breakaway. The defender was pretty close to him, but he got in on the goalie, and he beat the goalie clean. So some beautiful breakaways, excellent forechecking and defense, and consistent point production, and a true will to win. This kid is special. Guelph is also a phenomenal team, and Suzuki has done nothing but shine since going there from Owen Sound. He has the bright lights of the hockey world shining on him once again as he faces Joel Teasdale and the QMJHL Huskies team Friday night, the QMJHL champions, with the winner punching their ticket to the Memorial Cup final. This means we are sure to see a Montreal prospect in the final. It does not mean a Montreal prospect will win the Memorial Cup, because Halifax is going to the finals the way the tournament works. They all had 2-1 records. Halifax, the Huskies, and Guelph all had 2-1 records, but Halifax was the host, so they advanced to the Memorial Cup final, and I don't think they have any Habs prospects, and if they do, they're not very good prospects. So as far as I know, if Halifax wins, no Montreal prospects raise the Memorial Cup. But with young players like this, we definitely have a good chance, and if I had to pick one I think is going to raise it, it's going to be Nick Suzuki, at least in my mind. And honestly, I'm rooting for Guelph in this. With all due respect to Teasdale, I love him. He's an excellent prospect. But I really, really, really like Nick Suzuki. To see a Montreal prospect in the final. I would be happy if Teasdale or Suzuki won, but there's something truly special about Nick Suzuki. After watching him so much since Montreal got eliminated from their playoff race, this year, from their race to get into the playoffs, I had to specify that, and seeing how much of a buzz he has created in the hockey world, I think he could truly be a future elite NHL superstar. Like, not just Habs fans are talking a lot about Suzuki. I watch a lot of hockey channels on YouTube. I watch a lot of Sportsnet. I read a lot of articles. Pretty much everybody is a buzz about this kid. Like, literally, I'm seeing channels where there's like New Jersey fans and Philadelphia fans, Buffalo fans, Florida fans, even some Toronto fans ranking prospect pools. And the one thing, almost all of them have Montreal in the top 10. Some have Montreal in the top 5. And our #1 prospect I've seen in every pool, 1 or 2 maybe Poehling, but for the most part, Nick Suzuki. People think this kid is going to come in and tear the league apart. Now, he may not come in and have the best rookie year ever. He does need to get a bit better long-term speed and a bit of strength. But down the road, this is one hell of a player. He's equipped all around. He's speedy. He's creative. He has an accurate shot. He has a will to win. Hockey's in his blood. His brother's a great prospect too. Love everything I see from Nick Suzuki. That's why I wrote so many good comments about him. Got nothing but positive things to say about this kid. Even on the defensive end, you watch him in the Memorial Cup. I've heard some people have knocks on his defense. In the Memorial Cup for Guelph, there's nothing bad about his defense at all. He's back on the back check all the time. He's excellent at forechecking. He's excellent at retrieving the puck. He's a good one-on-one. If there's a man coming down, he's one-on-one facing his man, which is rare. He can handle it because I've seen it a few times. He's not scared to lay the body in this tournament. There's lots of good things about Nick Suzuki's game, especially on the defensive end of this tournament, because that's what I've been looking at a lot. I know he's good offensively. I know he's creative, especially on the power play when he's cycling the puck. He's an excellent player, and he can find anybody anywhere, and he's a sniper, too, when he wants to be. But what I've been focusing on is his defense, and his defense has been excellent, and he's pretty good in the face-off dot, too. There's not much bad to say about this kid. I know it's at the junior level, but he's in the Memorial Cup. He's playing the best of the best of the best. He's playing the finalists from each prospective CHL league, and he's playing Halifax Mooseheads, which are also a good team. So there's nothing but good things to say about this kid. I think we could truly have a future elite NHL superstar who could light the fire in Montreal that it hasn't seen since the days of Guy Lafleur, Patrick Roy in the 80s and 90s. Everything about this kid and his game screams superstar. I think Vegas is regretting ever trading him. Go Habs, go. I think he could be the best superstar in Montreal. Like a 100-point player, the best player we've had since like Guy Lafleur. And I had to put Patrick Roy in there in the 90s too, in the the late 80s. Patrick Roy obviously wasn't a player, but he created quite a buzz in Montreal. And it takes a truly special prospect, a truly special rookie, like Ken Dryden did back in the day, like Guy Lafleur did when he came to Montreal. I know he wasn't a rookie, but the buzz he created, that kind of buzz to happen in Montreal. When I hear my grandfather talk about it, when I hear my father talk about it, it's almost like I missed it myself. I did see the early 90s Patrick Roy run the last cup for the Habs and stuff like that, but I've never seen a buzz in Montreal like I want to see. I want to see a 100-point player come in, a superstar. When you're looking at Montreal, they're talking about Montreal like the McDavids, the McKinnons, the Kucherovs. And I think this kid could possibly be one. I'm not saying he's going to be one by any means, but I think the future is very bright. In 2 or 3 years in the league, you could be looking at Nick Suzuki with 80, 90 points, maybe even a 100-point potential, and that's what I want to see in Montreal. I want a 30, 40 goal scorer, 80, 90-point, 100-point guy. We haven't had it in forever. The last guy to have 70 points besides Domi was 10 years ago, Thomas Plekanec. Like, we need some elite players, and I would love to see it. We have Ryan Poehling, Caden Premu, Alexander Romanov. The cupboards are stacked, and I'm really big on Nick Suzuki. And in this tournament, in 3 games played, he has 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points, second only to Sean Durzi, who has 7 points, and Joel Teasdale for his team, the Huskies, who are facing off against Nick Suzuki this Friday in the Guelph Storm. He has 3 games played, 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points. So if the Huskies win, we see Teasdale in the final versus Halifax. If Guelph wins, we see Suzuki in the final versus Halifax. So go Habs, go. Plenty of good prospects, and I'm hoping Nick Suzuki pulls this off. He has the OHL MVP, and on top of that, he could be the Memorial Cup MVP, and he could just win the Memorial Cup, so there's nothing bad to say there at all. Go Habs, go. This is Scotty2 Hockey, a.k.a. the Average Hockey Fan. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, guys. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Ring the bell for upcoming videos. Plenty more content to come. And feel free to leave a comment. I know I'm really big on Nick Suzuki. Some people may not be as big on him as me. What do you think the future holds for Nick Suzuki? Generational superstar, average 50 to 60 point player down the road, good second line center, something like that. For me, down the road, he's going to be a first line winger superstar in Montreal. At least that's what I'm predicting, and at least that's what I'm hoping. And everything I see from his game indicates that. I really think Vegas is going to regret trading him in the Pacioretty trade, along with Tatuna Tatar, who's done a great job in Montreal. Scotty2 Hockey, a.k.a. the Average Hockey Fan. Enjoy your day, folks. Over and out.